Hello, dear ones. Welcome to the Temple Steps. I'm just going to pause for a moment so that we can wait for our Instagram people to be here with us. Technology is just it's such a thing because it can be so stressful. And we're here on this solar eclipse. We are all gathering together. And just as you arrive, if you could take a moment to introduce yourself and just let us know what you are bringing with you. This can be an intention, this can be how you feel, just one word or a couple words. When we participate and show up, it really supports other people in just knowing that like we're not alone. We're really not. And with this solar eclipse, we're really being shown how self-absorbed we can be, right? Because this is happening in Leo. So something can feel like it is just the biggest thing for us. And sometimes we can forget that there's a whole other world out there. And in these times of eclipse, I'm guided to just be patient and to observe what's happening. Yeah. So as we arrive, I have been guided to tune in to the collective and to feel into that and to really connect with the group aura that all of us are creating together. And this is whether you are here live or you join us in the future for the replay. Your energy is here and it matters. And this is why, if you're here, go ahead and say hello and let us know what you're bringing with you, like what feelings are with you, what insights. And I know that's a lot. So maybe if you could put it in one word, that would maybe not feel so overwhelming, because this time can feel overwhelming because a lot is coming up internally. So Candace says, hi, love. I'm Candace. I'm bringing power, lineage breaking, divine feminine source, and abundance. Wow. What a gift that you are bringing into this gathering, Candace. That is amazing. Tamika, I am so glad that you are here as well. Jackie, I'm so happy that you're here too. I just saw that I got an anger emoji. So if somebody's coming in here with anger, totally understandable. When anger shows up, we're seeing an opportunity to notice our boundaries. And sometimes that energy of anger can facilitate us in moving forward on different things. So eclipse season can be intense. And this one especially, a lot of us are noticing different identities that we have that aren't working anymore. We are seeing how there are roles and different agreements that aren't supporting us either. And this this can feel a little overwhelming because sometimes we can base our self-worth on what others say to us or how others treat us, or we can really take the actions of others personally. And the wisdom that's coming through in this eclipse for us to sit with is, how can you love and validate yourself right now? What would happen if you released the need for others to see you a certain way, understand you, or even do what you want them to do? So often we can put so much energy into other people's lives when it's really a great opportunity to look at our life and what we are creating and moving toward. So Jackie says that she's bringing rest and self-nourishment. That is so good, especially for this eclipse season, because it can just feel like a burnout for our system. Tamika says, learning to receive, trust, abundance, and self-love. That is so beautiful. Thank you for bringing that into this gathering, because it can be, I feel like it can be very vulnerable to receive, because if we're receiving, our hands are here instead of here, or covering ourselves. So yes, and part of this learning to receive is asking what wants to be seen. And that's a lot of the work that we do here on the temple steps. So if we haven't met before, if you watch this at a later time, and we haven't met, I am Lauren Kay Wyatt. I am your black belt mystic and your psychic healer for you and your animal. And this temple steps gathering is something that I just felt really pulled to doing for the community, as we're living in these times that are so dynamic, and there's so many shifts, so many changes that are happening. And let's have a place where we can all easily connect, and where you can be with your center and with yourself too. So let's take a moment to center ourselves. I'm going to start with a collective reading. And as I shuffle my cards to do this, I'm reminded that our dogs and cats are very present with us all the time, and they're feeling the energy of the eclipse as well. And if you received my newsletter, I've recently been doing more and more writing. I am writing and completing a book about the animal human bond. And all of this writing's inspired me to write about all sorts of topics that are relevant to people like us, who are practicing seeing differently, and who want to connect with our intuition and just be in our gifts in whatever way that takes form, whether it is within your relationships, how you show up when conflict happens, and also being in your divine purpose as well. And if that comes up with career or business, creative projects, great. There's a whole scope here, and it really does show us that we can see beyond illusion, and we can see what's going on beneath the surface. So anyway, in one of my newsletters called Lauren's Letters, actually, I connected with the dogs and the cats, and they gave us a very simple message, and sometimes the simplest messages are the best, where both of them asked for balance. The dogs wanted us to play more and to not take life so seriously, because again, with the solar eclipse in Leo, like, we're dealing with themes about rejection. We are looking at how maybe the lives that we've created, they were based on a past version of ourselves. In this time of eclipse, we're looking at maybe what is being eclipsed, what is, like, where the sun is setting in our lives, and what, of course, when something sets, there is a rise that's on the way, but we get to be with what has happened and with what we are letting go of. So Avon, hi, I'm so glad you're here. He says, definitely dealing with past life stuff right now. Totally. Yeah. With the eclipse happening in Leo, which is currently the South Node, this could be bringing up past life stuff for a lot of us. It could be bringing up something from our early childhood or past. And collectively, a lot is coming up around leadership right now. And we're seeing the ways where power has been abused. And at this time, we're all engaging with a new kind of power, one that isn't oppressive. There's a different leadership that's emerging, and that's emerging on the collective scale. It is happening, even if it seems like quite the opposite. But it's happening personally as well. And this eclipse is an inner game. It is where the inner work, where the heart work is needed. Not hard work, but heart work is needed to connect with yourself, to do some healing work around releasing these identities, around looking at how the past life stuff is showing up in your life now. So this isn't just something that happens today on the solar eclipse. This is an ongoing process, and the fates have set this up for us, as the South Node's going to be in Leo and the North Node's going to be in Aquarius for the next 18 months. So all of you that are here, or all of you that watch this replay in the future, keep tuning in with your heart, keep connecting. So I'm still shuffling. The dogs and the cats brought this message of balance, with the dogs wanting us to be more playful, to take things in a way less seriously, but either being super present to what's happening in this fun kind of a way. You know how present your dogs can be, and also if they have like an agenda, like there's something that they want, they let you know about it. So it's time to also tune in with what it is that you want. Like, what is all this deep work that you're doing in service to? Like, this is something that uplifts and delights you. And the cats, of course, are encouraging us to be in our independence and to find that balance by saying no to what distracts us from our path. And sometimes something seems like, oh, if I stay in this, if I continue talking to this person, then this is just against my soul contract, or I really need to blow it up with this person so that they can hear me. And it's like, no, maybe there's another way to deal with this tension and this conflict. Maybe there's something else that's presenting itself to you, and it could be a big distraction. So that's how the message of balance came through. So as we move into doing this collective reading, let's take a moment and just take a deep breath together. And I am asking that our guides and our ancestors be here with us during this session, and that everything that I say is authentic, and that there's something that supports you on your journey. And take a moment to set your intention again, not only for this reading that I'm doing, but through how you would like to move through this intense time that is eclipse season. I'm going to take a sip of water as I feel my throat getting, this is my big old water bottle. I like to be hydrated. I have a lot of water in my chart. Okay, so first of all, Spirit wants all of us to know that there is so much abundance. There is so much abundance. There is a foundation that has been created. And with this abundance, a lot of it is looking at accomplishments, achievements, statuses. And there may be identities of yours that were very much connected to these themes that, hey, the sun is setting on these identities. It's just like, great, celebrate that and know that there's so much more where this came from. Likewise, maybe you are noticing the lack of abundance or wishing you had a better foundation. Well, this is a time to create that foundation within yourself first. Because we can't expect others to give us what we're not willing to give ourselves. And there's something within you that wants your presence. And Spirit is also letting you know that this is a highly intuitive time. This is an emotional time. And to really stay connected to the voice of your intuition versus the voice of your junior. And junior is a word that I use for the ego. And if there's a lot of fear, if there's doom scrolling rabbit holes that you're going down, and hey, you can acknowledge that, and you can also recalibrate yourself to what's real. And what's real is, yes, this is significant change. Yes, it can feel unstable. And yes, you can build that foundation within yourself. You can give yourself the love and attention that you deserve. And you can be very gentle with yourself as you do this heart work, not hard work, but heart work. We are being commended on the balance that we're finding in our lives, and how we are, maybe we're noticing how we negotiate with Spirit or intuition. Someone told me the other day, I think I'm a really intuitive person. but I don't like listening to my intuition because it usually tells me something I already know and I don't want to see. And I found that so exciting. So I'm just like, this is so funny, like the different lies that we can tell ourselves and the dances that we can do. And you are guided to pay attention and to see how you can bring these threads in with you to your life, and to notice that this isn't a one and done. This is a part of your life. And sometimes it's like there's a big learning curve sometimes. And with the up levels that we have, we learn more and we keep going. Now, as you're finding your inner balance, you're probably noticed that the scales of justice can be unfair, and they're not balanced, they're not equal, they're not in everyone's favor. Maybe sometimes you can see how it's only in one person's favor, or maybe when you're looking at your life and wanting to make sense of it, maybe you can take things too personally and the scales really weighted and seeing how everything is against you. In moments like this, great opportunity to go within and find the balance that our dogs and cats asked us to do. And this is a highly emotional time. It has been for quite a while. And since we had the full moon in Aquarius a couple weeks ago, a lot is unfolding and there's been a lot of releasing, and that can feel really stressful for the body. And there could be times where it's just like, what am I doing? And you're invited to just feel that and to trust that as something leaves, something comes in. And there's a choice that you get to make. And this choice is, who are you becoming? And how can you love yourself more in this transformation? There may be a very tangible choice in your life right now that you can link that to. And it could be internal as well. So where we are headed throughout this eclipse season, collectively, definitely the people in this group, emotional fulfillment and spiritual fulfillment, this is the new success. It's no longer just tied to those material attributes, but this is about you and developing a person, or this essence or this resilience within you that loves themselves and values their well-being, not because they're avoiding conflicts, not because this is like this super selfish thing where it's only what you want to do all the time, but where there's this wholeness where you can love and accept all of you, which allows you to receive more and to have that new standard within you. So imagine what that would be like to feel that emotionally fulfilled. What would it be like if success could be measured this way? And this does not mean that you don't have a bad day or that you don't feel any kind of intense thing. Like, we're not here to be like Botox emotions or it's all frozen or anything. We are here to be present and to practice seeing. So, dear ones, let me know how this feels. Let me know how this feels and what is coming up for you. I'm taking a deep breath right now. I'm going to light some incense. So we are going to move in to our card pulls, and I would love to draw a card for everyone who's here and who would like one. You just need to tell me that you want me to do that. I will tune into your energy field as I draw you a card from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland, and we'll see what your special message is for this gathering, and what you're especially guided to pay attention to at this time. So as I get ready for that, and this incense holder is giving me some issues here. Thankfully I have another one. As we get ready for this, in the work that I get to do, I have this, and I say get to because I am amazed that I've been doing some version of this since 2012. And I get to have these amazing conversations with people about their lives and the big things that they're moving through, and assisting them using my psychic gifts and all the different modalities that I've studied, and just sitting with them and navigating with love and trust and confidence and seeing through illusion. And so I have this Clarity Portal membership where members receive a weekly transmission. And this, I look at the astrology, I draw cards, I channel, and it's just so much. It's just such a delight, and doing this really keeps me on track too. So I'm like, I need the Clarity Portal because that's an opportunity for me to be of service. So this Clarity Portal membership, it also has these daily little short messages that I call the Psychic Minute, and a monthly forecast too. And we also have an awesome Clarity Temple community that's away from Facebook, which can be really nice. It's just a place to tune in with yourself. So I wanted to tell you all about that. It's $33 a month. And then of course I have my private one-on-one sessions where we get to go super deep. And your animal is a part of that as well if it's time to do that. These are my intuitive soul recalibration sessions, as well as my pet psychic healing sessions. So I know that's a lot of information that I just threw at you, but I am shuffling these cards as I prep for our mini reading. So just feel into that. And if you want to practice doing this work, Clarity Portal, if you want to go deeper, reading, it's all good. And of course, being here, I'm so happy you're here on the temple steps with me and with all of us. Okay, so we have some requests for cards. Candace says, feels very appropriate, and that's about the reading that we just did, right? It's like there's a congruence happening. It's like, yep, I'm sure these are themes we've all been dealing with. So Candace, I'm going to start with you. Candace, your card is flow, number 10. Number 10 in the human design system, as you know, is the gate of self-love. So you, Candace, this eclipse season is like radical self-love time. And I don't want to say not only that, because that's more than enough, but it's coming through being true to yourself, to not abandoning yourself, to being with your principles, and to say, this is what it is. I'm standing up for myself. This is the work of the eclipse, and and you notice his hand is touching the water. This does touch on a lot of deep emotions, but to just continue channeling that through the heart and how you flow and how you move through, that is what's being asked of you. It's this portal of the heart that's coming through, that self-love and that radical truth for yourself. So Bruce Gordon 777, this card is for you. Seek the truth. Number 7. Oh, so much information is just here for you. And you are looking at all of it. And your mind is just in this critical thinking mode. What is true? What is true? And for you, Bruce, what I'm getting is there was something before that just like really resonated with you. It was a truth. And now you're seeing, hey, this wasn't the truth, but it was a truth. And there's something about the way that you are seeing the world and what you are putting your energy into that is shifting and inviting you into a new level of empowerment. And this, it doesn't mean that the old stuff was wrong. It's just like, okay, like this, yes, this is great, but have you tried it with this? It's like maybe going to like a new restaurant and getting a normal meal that is somehow like so much more satisfying at the moment. So follow your bliss on this as you seek the truth. Remember to stay grounded and pay attention to how you feel. So I'm going to see if anyone on Instagram wants a card. Let me see. Jackie, this one is for you. And if you're here and you would like for me to draw a card for you, just let me know. So I love doing that. So, oh, Jeannie, you're here too. Yay. Okay. So, Jackie, I'm like, Jackie, your card is clarity of belief. Number 1. Wow. You are noticing your clarity right now. There was confusion before, and now there's some clarity. And then you may notice the waves of confusion come in again to get you off course. And then there's some clarity. When you have that clarity, really treasure it, write it down, love it, feel the moment as it connects through your heart. And I'm noticing this green butterfly here and the color green coming out of his hands. This is healing. So the clarity that you have, it is here to assist you in creating something that is healing. This is also about you acknowledging the healing abilities that you have, especially when you are true to yourself. And being true to yourself also gets to be a clarity of belief for you. The number 1 reminds me of the magician in the Major Arcana tarot deck. And this is reminding you to really be aware of your thoughts right now. And something comes up that it feels like fear or illusion. Don't pretend it isn't there. Acknowledge it, confront it, let that shit go. Enjoy the clarity, rinse and repeat. So thank you. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Candace says you're such an inspiration. Thank you. So are you, my love. I can't wait to read your book on your story and all the things that you know. It's so exciting. Alexis, oh my gosh, you're here. I'm so glad, and that your candle's lit. Yay. I love that. Cards, yes. I don't know if you wanted a card though. I think maybe you did. I'm feeling like you did. So I'm going to draw. This is for you, Alexis. Believe and succeed. Number 6. So again, this is kind of similar to the card that I just pulled for Jackie, but for you, you get to know that whatever you put your mind and heart into, when you feel that alignment, when you believe in yourself, and even more than that, when you believe in that great vision, you will always be successful. And I think you may have come in a little bit later, but a part of the collective reading we had was, well, within this whole reading, we're talking about how success is being defined really differently. Before it was like these different material markers, which is great, but that may not be satisfying for all of us, or it may not be enough. This is about the emotional fulfillment and the spiritual fulfillment now. And when you have that and you move forward, this is in service to other people's emotional and spiritual fulfillment as well. So if you're dealing with a conflict right now, because the number 6 is a gate of conflict in human design, you need to believe that it is all working out in your favor. Do the things that you need to do, and you will succeed, especially if there is care to yourself emotionally and spiritually. Thank you, Alexis. Okay, I'm going to go check Instagram. Okay, I don't see anything about someone wanting a card there yet. Let's see. Tamika, this one's for you. Balance, number 14. And we see the two heads here together. And I know you, Tamika, and I know you're very Gemini, so this is just calling my attention to all of these Gemini themes of your mind and how quick it is and the different interests that you have. And Spirit is saying you don't have to figure everything out right now. Let this be a process. And also, like as an echo of our collective reading before, you need to know that you are doing a great job. You are finding this new balance within yourself, especially when you're not comparing yourself to other people. And this isn't just about Tamika and her reading. This is for all of us. When we start comparing ourselves or our results or our process to other people, it just puts such a damper on everything, and it keeps us from being present on, like, for all the good work we're doing. It takes us out of our experience. And a big part of this solar eclipse is when our dogs and cats came in and told us, like, hey, balance is needed. The dog asking us to be more present to our experience and to what's happening. So Tamika, allow the balance to happen. Let it happen in your unique way and celebrate yourself. Okay, Ruby, hi, I'm so glad you're here. So Ruby's card is Challenging Times, number 5. So what I'm noticing about this guy is he has this big old shield around his heart. And I'm also noticing the heart has a face on it. So this is a great time for you to connect with your heart and to also maybe put the shield down a bit. Our greatest moments can come to us when we're vulnerable, but we first get to be vulnerable with ourselves. What would we like? What is no longer working for us? And I'm also noticing the gate 5 here. The gate 5 in human design is so much about the different rituals and routines that we have, our rhythms, things that we do on a daily basis. And what I'm seeing is there is an opportunity for you, Ruby, to do things a little differently during the day. Like maybe it is, maybe it's having a different kind of a tea. Maybe it's waking up early and moving your body, walking a different way, driving to work a different way. Like there's something that can happen, and just noticing any fears about change. I just burnt myself on the incense. I'm like, ooh. So I think that that's a message too. Um, Noticing any, and since it was on my ring finger, I'm like, any agreements that you're in that aren't currently working for you, look at that and get real with yourself about what you really want, not what you've been trying to force or want, or what you're protecting your heart from seeing. Because a lot, there is so much in this, and this is all about you listening to your heart and bringing it into your life. Okay. Yay, Allison says, yay for radical self-love. Allison, I'm so glad that you stopped by. If you're still here and you want a card, let me know. Okay, so Candace says, yes, it's being asked with radical change. So Candace's message is one that all of us get to look at. It was about self-love, being true to herself, and how being true to herself was the self-love. And she says, yes, it's being asked with radical change. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It confirms what I've been going through and getting as well. Isn't it so nice when other psychics can support your own like your own readings and your own contemplation? And it's so funny, so many of my clients are all just very naturally psychic, and it's just really cool to see this unfold as a person begins to trust their intuition more. It's amazing. So, Avon, this card is for you. Manifest, number 1. Whoa, now magician energy is coming up a lot in this session already. And you get to look at what lights you up, and you get to move toward that. And doing that inner work really allows for the outer to start to reflect the inner more. So you mentioned past lives before. What I'm feeling is you had a lot of leadership in a past life, and this is coming up for you now. And it's being asked to maybe come out in a different kind of a way with your own journey. And it starts with you really taking seriously where you want to be, and also noticing how powerful your mind is. Again, it doesn't mean you have to be spotless with your thoughts, that everything has to be perfect. None of that. That's not it. It doesn't mean that you can't have a bad day, but this is about you really owning who you are becoming, the vision that you have, and realizing that, yeah, that may not all happen tomorrow, but it's the choices that you make today that can support this. And just seeing that everything in your life right now is in service to that happening. And I'm also getting the words coming in, or don't be afraid to make a move. So there you go, Avon. All good. Yes. Oh, and Alexis, I was like, I'm just going to draw her this card. This is for her. She says, I'm a 6. Yes, me too. We're talking about line 6 in our profiles in human design. And she says, I've been feeling self-doubt. Yeah. And your card was, it was believe and succeed. So just know that when the doubt comes in, that's Junior, just wanting to keep you in your comfort zone. And hey, it is a part of being human that Junior is going to come in and do that. And we need to really trust the balance that we perceive with Junior, and to know sometimes it's going to be really scary to do something new, but we can move on that every day. At every time we can make a decision about. I'm going to share something with you all. Recently I hired a personal trainer, and I love exercising. I love moving my body, been doing that consistently for years, but I haven't had a personal trainer in like 12 years. And I recently hired one, and she's amazing. I'm so glad I did. I feel so happy with my choice every time I'm with her. But of course, Junior came up and was like, what if you can't do this? What if you like driving there? Like all these silly things. And I just got to be with it, like be with the doubt. And it's like, you know what? It's okay. I hope it works out for me. I'll learn as I go. And that is also, that kind of an attitude works well with doubt. It works well with fearing to make a change. And it goes with what our dogs were telling us about, to be present, not take things too seriously. Hey, not everything is a super high stakes choice. And sometimes we just get to do things and figure it out and fumble as we go, and just pay attention to how we feel, course correct if we need to. But if something is right for you and good for you, do it, even if it challenges you. So we welcome the doubt. With the doubt comes the truth. It just may not all happen at once. Bruce, he says, thank you, timely reading. What deck is this? So I'm reading from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. I've been using this for a really long time on these live streams. Ruby, you are so welcome. Avon says, rock on. Thank you. You're welcome. Line 6, like a 4-6. Yes, Avon, that's exactly what we're talking about. I've never seen your human design chart. Are you a 4-6? I'm a 4-6. Yeah. And Alexis says also a Leo rising, so feeling this eclipse. Yes, that Leo rising energy, like you're feeling this whole upgrade happen in your body and your path, and woo, so many blessings here, but this is a huge recalibration period. Tamika says, my intention was, what is my most joyful, soul fulfilling next step? Card 14 in balance and the duality of Gemini. Whoa, right? So fun. So you really just need to be yourself, Tamika. It's always more fun when we do that, because it's exhausting trying to like be like some role. If we could all just be authentic and like not whatever Instagram says authentic is, but just really be authentic. Yay, Avon's a 4-6 as well. That's so cool. Okay. So this was so much fun. I'm not seeing any comments on Instagram about cards. Totally fine. This was so much fun to spend time with all of you for this Temple Steps gathering. This solar eclipse is just like, it is bringing us into this powerful new cycle of change where we get to just conduct ourselves in new ways. So what was happening before was just fine, but that was before. You're a different person now, and more of your energy and your genius wants to come online and wants to be present and to serve with that. And instead of trying to perform that, just being with your heart about that and practice being true to yourself. Again, it's not a one and done. We're not going to figure everything out in one Temple Steps gathering. I mean, wouldn't that be so cool? But there will be moments of clarity, and we can all just enjoy that ride with the clarity. So beauties, if you want to stay connected to the temple steps, if you're not on my mailing list already, I am offering it's called the Boundary of Becoming. It helps you to be super present in your energy. If you sign up for Temple Steps to receive notifications about this, as well as the different things that I write or want to share with you, you will receive that Boundary of Becoming. And wow, this is such an honor to spend time with all of you today. And this card just popped up as we close out: joy and stability. So this is an energy that's for all of us. And right now, let's all receive it as we close up together. So let's take a deep breath in, hold, and release. I am creating a energy blessing. This is the energy of divine joy and divine stability. I am offering this to everyone on this call, whether it's present or in the future on the replay. If you'd like to receive it, just say yes. Offering this to you, and that this supports you during this eclipse season. Dear ones, if you want to stay connected, send me a message. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're interested in continuing to practice this more deeply, I again have my Clarity Portal membership with weekly psychic transmissions, monthly energy forecasts, Clarity Temple community, and daily psychic minute messages. It just reminds us to practice seeing differently and reminds us of what's true so that we can navigate with that love and trust and confidence. And if it's time to go deeper, I'd love to see you for an intuitive soul recalibration session too. And before we go, I'm seeing some comments. Candace says, the chaos before this eclipse has been a year and a month. Oh, I feel that. I'm actually really excited to see what it brings, because it must go up from here. So much death and rebirth. You know, a message that I've gotten for a few people, and it's all kind of happened at once, is this is like the pinnacle of all the difficult things. Not saying it's going to somehow get easier or flip immediately, but all of this is coming up to the surface because it's requiring another version of you. And if you're going through a super intense time right now, just know that this is the universe asking you to be in your power and to continue your healing and to take the nudge on addressing something differently and knowing that you have support. Sometimes things get super crazy so that our attention is like, okay, wow. But just see this all as an empowerment opportunity for you, because like Candace says, death and rebirth. Avon, much love to you and thank you. And Jackie says, joy and stability. Thank you. Thank you so much, all of you. I look forward to connecting with you all further. Much love. And until the next Temple Steps gathering, maybe we'll have one for the lunar eclipse at the end of the month. I will check in and see about that. All right. Bye-bye, dear ones.